What are some of the social changes that you would like to see come from World Design Capital?
Well, we look at the social changes or the social issues that can be impacted by design. So there's the reblocking of informal settlements. There is shack design. You know, there was another shack fire the other day. Now, there are people in the world who know how to make safe shacks. So we have a whole talking shop about shack design coming up later in the year. We talk about infrastructure in the sense that if people come to Cape Town to work, they can't get to work because they're sitting way out where there's no transportation. So their migration already away from home into a city where they have expectations to be able to make a living is frustrated because they can't get to work. So we are highlighting the impact that My City buses already are having. Yeah. So how do people move to work? How do they live? How do they engage? There's very little low-cost housing in Cape Town. So for the kind of, you know, when I was starting in my first job and I lived in a cockroach-infested basement apartment in New York, you know, where are those lovely cockroach-infested apartments in the city? Yeah. When you look around, it's mostly commercial space. So for young professionals, and the young professionals are terribly important because they give the city the vibrancy. You may call it hip, cool, you know, there's a new word every day. But if we can't get young creatives in particular to live in the city center, we won't get the vibrancy that we think is possible. So there's some tough topics. And so during the year, we've recognized 480 different projects, a lot about the green economy, the greening of a city. Urban farms is a big thing. You know, your little pocket pod, your little pocket park where you can grow some veggies. That's a big topic. On the face of it, it's very pretty. It takes a certain amount of skill. But for us, it gives the opportunity to talk about food security. Where does our food come from? Who touches it? Yeah. When is it tainted? You know what? Cape Town's one of the biggest urban farms in the world. I mean, Philippi is a farmland. So, you know, making people aware of this, that you don't just pop into your corner shop and pick your favorite veggies, to really ask the questions, where do these things come from? And if they weren't there, where would I get them? How would I sustain myself? So, but in the process, we want to have a lot of fun as well. And we're working with a lot of the other established events in Cape Town. There's a jazz festival doing a fashion show. So there's fashion, there's architecture, there's design, there's software design, there's service design. You know, people look at the long lines around some of the government departments and think, well, how can we make that better? That's a problem to solve for service design experts. So everything where design is a system or a process that addresses an individual's problem.
So it really seems like you're highlighting a lot of the issues that we've had for a long time: transportation, housing, food, and marrying them with kind of hip, desirable things so people will want to be interested in participating.
And our call for Cape Town, or anybody visiting Cape Town, and you look out of the window, Cape Town is busy at the moment.
Yes, you can't get anywhere.
But to invite people to use the city differently. You know, Cape Town has an extraordinarily strong destination brand. Cape Town, everybody knows where Cape Town is. And it's associated with the mountain and beach and lovely Chardonnays and beautiful young people, you know, walking around, you know, hipsters drinking coffee. And we want to extend, during this year, there's a fantastic opportunity for us to expand the understanding of Cape Town as a vibrant metro area, and it's Greater Cape Town. We go all the way up even to Grabouw in seeking our projects.
Do you think it will be hard to do that? To change the mindset of people in Cape Town?
It's a job to do, and it's pushing people, as the World Cup did, a little out of your comfort zone. You know, put those walking shoes on, leave the Manolos at home, and engage with your city differently. So my challenge to visitors and people in the city is, for 1 year, just go out, take another drive out, go and see what's going on in Langa, look at the business hubs that are happening in Philippi, look at the incredible ecological work that is being done around Stellenbosch and the agricultural areas. For once, you know, don't go to the same park twice, go to a different park, try and engage differently. And then during the year, we'll be creating opportunities where we literally bring people out onto the streets to live differently in this fantastic city.